If you enjoy my videos, then you've definitely seen your fair share of bump jumps. I love this technique as it allows you to really jump your bike without expending too much energy, and it can be a great tool to really add some flow to an otherwise difficult section of trail. In short, it makes you look like you're smooth and fast, especially if the trail is crazy rough. The bump jump basically exaggerates a bunny hop by using a small, yet abrupt, trail obstruction to change the bike's momentum. A good bump jump is just as much about spotting the correct bump as it is the actual technique. Ideally, use a root or a rock that is small enough you could literally ride straight over it, up to around 2 hands in height.
The only thing cooler than the jump is the mushroom growing underneath it.
To be a true bump jump, the obstacle has got to be small enough that it won't throw you into the air without some very intentional body language. For me, 90% of the time I'm doing a bump jump, it's either on a root or a rock. Be careful with the root bump jumps as they can more often harbor less traction than ideal. I actually took myself out while filming this video trying to bump jump off a root at an angle. The physical motion is similar to a bunny hop, but timed so that the pullback and up on the handlebars is in conjunction with the force of that trail obstruction. You'll need to pull the handlebars up. Then, when the front wheel reaches its maximum height, you'll need to push your hands forwards and in front of you while simultaneously unweighting your feet. Notice on a regular jump, I'm simply allowing the lip to throw me into the air. I might compress before the takeoff in order to gain more height, or I might compress way before the takeoff to get more distance. But on the bump jump, it's a much harder downwards compression, much later than either of those, and a much more intentional motion to get the bike in the air. Finally, when should you use the bump jump? For me, I most often incorporate the bump jump when I spot some sort of a downsloping landing. This means I'll have the chance to get a big pump in on that landing, which will build more momentum and more speed. Other times I'll use a bump jump to simply get over something rough on the trail without losing a whole lot of forwards momentum. That's right, by going up a little bit off these obstacles, you can actually minimize the amount of speed you lose by smashing over and through them. Now, when I'm doing a bump jump, I don't really think about any of those details. What I do think about is the actual physics of changing the inertia of my bike. Rather than having that obstacle smash my bike and bump me off course, I'm instead converting that inertia into an upwards trajectory. If I just think about getting the bike upwards as it's hitting this obstacle, that's usually the trick I need to keep in my mind to get the bike as high as possible or as far as possible from that obstacle. If you have a long travel suspension bike, you can practice the bump jump pretty well in a parking lot on a curb block. If you want to take your riding to the next level, literally and figuratively, it's really worth spending some time practicing bump jumps in a parking lot. Moves like this can help a ton to find flow and fluidity on a rough trail. I hope I didn't give away all my secrets in this video, so thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and let me know in the comments below what would you like to see in the next tutorial. It's been a blast hanging out, talking bikes, and I'll see you guys next month.